You're going to do fine. You're headed for big things here. And yeah, it's going to be hard work. Hi, my name's Dee. Welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to your new moon reading for February 2020. So that's the new moon in Pisces. Now, normally I'd be asking, what would we be beginning with the new moon energies? Listening to the astrologers, this time this new moon, it is incredibly transformative, as all new moons are. We're at the end of the passage for the zodiac. The new moon's going to start passing around the zodiac again next month. Actually in a few days, but you know what I mean. So I want to ask the question, how can we best utilize the new moon energies? Because it is as much about considering and planning beginning things as actually beginning things. And it's also about considering and planning how to end things, which makes sense with all the Capricorn energy we've got going around and will have for the rest of much of this year as well as last year. You can ask a question if you want, but bear in mind I am looking at how we can best utilize these energies. Now, the reading either is for you or it isn't. And the way that you know is if the past and the present don't fit, the future's not going to fit. It's not for you. But I do advise that you watch more than one anyway. You want to have a look at your sun, your moon, your rising, maybe your Venus placement, maybe your north node, whatever takes your fancy. Now, if you don't know what all of those are, your rising sign, your moon sign, etc., there's a link down below so that you can get yourself a free birth chart. And also, there is a timestamp to get past all of this waffle because you've only got to listen to it the once. As a general reading rules apply. You know, roles can be reversed. I could be saying you're doing something and it's somebody around you that's doing something, or vice versa. Timing's hardly absolute because with all of these new moons, full moons, astrological aspects, they're like ripples in a pond. And some people will be hit by the ripple before other people are hit by the ripple. Other people don't necessarily get hit by that particular ripple. So it's timing is advisory. Of course, if you're led to this reading well out of season, well, that's when it's useful for you. So enough of my waffle. I think I've said everything that I need to. Let's bring up the cards. Okay, Cancer, you've got a whole new beginning coming at the moment by the looks of it. And I know I say that a lot, but it's not as if it's anything that you haven't been working towards and learning about. And you've been finding it quite challenging, but I think you're finally coming into your own. We have the Five of Wands clarified by the King of Wands here. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, that new beginning with the Empress. A new beginning that is bringing harvest, that is bringing a lot of development, but you have to listen to your intuition at the moment because not everything you are heading towards right now is where you're supposed to be heading towards. Most of it is, some of it isn't, and some bits need to be left to one side. With the Oracle cards specifically, we have don't let pride get in your way. So I do want to say, with the Spirit bringing down the gifts of justice and the Emperor, as in making the decisions, setting things straight, setting things right, and defining your own sphere of influence, defining your own world. We've got in the hopes and dreams the Ace of Cups and the world. So there's a dream about how you want your world. There is a dream about how you are living, existing, moving out into the world. You are definitely defining your own kingdom, your own space. But since you are helping bring justice here, or Spirit is helping bring justice into your life, bear in mind that that can be a double-edged sword. So we have the Angel of Love, and take time to reflect. Do not be pushing forward too fast. Even though we've got this King of Wands energy, obviously a lot of Wands energy and how you are right now, try to slow down a little bit, because You've had a time when things were good in the past and then it all went rather horribly wrong. It all went wrong as in something was good and then it hurt. And I'm not quite sure which card I'm getting this from, but I want to make sure that you do not inflict that same pain on somebody else where things are good and because you're coming into a really good time, but by cutting somebody out, King of Swords here, you can be inflicting the same sort of pain. The reason that you felt that pain in the past was for you to learn not to inflict it on others. Angel of Love and Judgment, you are going through a transformation at the moment. Do take the time to reflect. Do take the time to process what is your own karma, what is that which you have inherited, whether that's on a soul level, a family level, or even a work level where somebody has left the company and you've been left with all of their work. There is that sense of history has to be balanced with this new drive for moving forward. We have Temperance, again, that sense of balance, with the Hermit. So you are looking within, but also you are lighting the way. That's where I got it from. This isn't just looking within for your own inner light. This Hermit is lighting the way for somebody else. Now, just because you know the path and you trod it and last time it had that pain in it, it doesn't need to have the pain now. You can just say, hey, this is what happened to me. I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen to you, but spend a moment thinking about it because you are running that risk. You feel at the moment that it could go anyway, because are you getting this done? Are you starting this new direction? Are you finally making progress, or are you just spinning in midair? And you feel very victim to luck, but you've also got that sense of destiny coming to you. That is correct. That sense of destiny is coming to you. The new moon in Pisces is very much a time of making plans and seeing, not moving forward, but seeing how you are going to move forward. So use this time to take time to reflect. You are getting these destiny energies coming in for you. Just be aware that it will be slow. Earth and fire signs are quite important to you here, but they are also, I feel with these both being pages, they're what you are wanting to protect or lead along gently, rather than people who are influencing you in a do this, do that, do the other. They're influencing you in the ways of, to look after this person, I need to do this, to look after that person, I need to do that, and that person, yeah, they might fall flat on their face. They can learn that, but if I do my best to point out to them, remember, it is their responsibility whether they fall flat on their face or not. But you can say, whoa, Nelly, come back a bit. You're going to fall flat on your face if you carry on with this. But with this, don't let pride get in your way. I do feel that there is an element of, why should I tell them anything? Let them learn the lessons. You don't have to necessarily let that happen, not if you are operating out of a loving vibration, because, okay, you're not being that unloving by letting them learn that from their own mistakes, but they don't necessarily need to go through the same pain that you've gone through. You can give them that advice and then see whether they go ahead and ignore it and fall flat on their face or not. But you are discovering your own path. Your plans that you've been setting into, that you've been in conflict over for a while, mental, personal conflicts, not necessarily, there may have been some discussions, but I think this conflict has been far more internal, but it matures into the Hermit lighting the way for people. So you are becoming a leader in your own circle, whether that's social circle, work, whatever. You are going to be taking more and more and more of a leadership role. Whether other people accept you as their leader is totally up to them, and it shouldn't really matter to you. They can either listen to you or they can't. But there doesn't need to be punishment, because justice, as I say, is a double-edged sword. Judgment is being visited upon you just as much as you are having that rebirth right now. So if you want to mete out punishment, you may also receive punishment. If you are going to operate more from a vibration of love. But you know what I mean? If with compassion, you can tell people, well, hang on a minute, slow down, you're going to fall flat on your face. And then if they fall flat, they fall flat. It's their choice. If they choose not to listen to you as a leader, that's their choice. But you can take this leadership role where the elements will be working in your favor, but balance all things in their time. Like I say, take time to reflect. So that's a really, really nice reading. You're aware of destiny around you, and that balance is going to be coming for you. I haven't dealt with the final outcome cards. We've got 10 of Wands. Yeah, you're taking on a burden. Oh, that's not a bad thing. I don't feel, this 10 of Wands card, this guy is very burdened. Let me hold it up to the camera. He is very burdened, but he's on a mission. He knows exactly where he's going and why he's going there and what he needs to do, and he's taking the right things to the right places. And you notice that the ones are in triangles on his back. That whole point of the number 3, the moving forward, and the Trinity, you are having a synthesis of past and forward motion. You are taming the past and the future. You are mastering the tame and the wild. You are dispelling illusions, or as part of your leadership role, casting the right shadows, casting the right illusions when necessary to maybe help other people avoid the same pain that you've had to go through in the past. So you've got a lot on your plate, but you've got more than enough tools to deal with it. Just not too fast and not too proud. Okay, right, so your next reading will be your waxing moon reading. They'll come out a little later. They're going to be Mercury retrograde hit me in a big way. They'll be out next week. Also, I want to do Mars crossing the eclipse point, which will happen on Sunday. What is it? That will be Sunday the 23rd. I don't think I'll have my readings out by Sunday the 23rd, but the eclipse point, the introduction of the Martian energies to the eclipse point is quite a big thing and will have a lasting effect. And also Mars ingress into Capricorn in the first place, 6-week period. I'll be doing readings based on that. If this reading means anything to you already, if you've been having this inner conflict and you're trying to move forward and set the rules down yourself, which I think maybe you've been trying to set the rules down and it's not been successful so far, but it's going to be. You're bringing the things into manifestation that you need, even if you feel a bit victim to the whims of fate at the moment. But if it means anything to you, comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there. It helps the channel, as does a like, because the algorithms like it. I've told you about your new reading. So basically, don't be too proud. Take a little bit of time. Take a little bit to balance. You're going to do fine. You're headed for big things here. And yeah, it's going to be hard work, but that's a good thing. Cheers.